Next, I want to talk about why focusing on your emotions doesn't work, or doesn't work very well. Now, again, at a beginner level, focusing on your emotions may be a big deal because you may be like so much, I have approach anxiety and I have to get over it. And so, in that context, yeah, you do need to get over it. But once you're at a point where at a baseline level you can function around a girl, if you're thinking too much about your emotions, by definition, you're putting yourself inside your own head. Right? The more time you spend, the more of your mental energy you spend thinking about your own emotions and putting yourself inside your own head means the less sort of RAM you have available to be paying attention to the girl, interpreting what she's putting out, adjusting, that kind of stuff. So by its very nature, it's limiting your capacity to be present with the girl, to be in the moment with the girl, to adjust, to connect with that girl. If you're too busy connecting with yourself, you can't be outside connecting with the girl. The other thing that's funny is a lot of guys, because they get so focused on their emotions as it is a game, you see this phenomenon of what I call chasing state. Okay, guys are like, I have to get in a good state in order to talk to girls, or my goal for the start of the night, I don't even pick up the girls, I just want to build momentum and get in state. I personally hate that. I will tell you right now that probably if I go out like truly trying to game, most times I will pull within the first 3 to 4 girls I talk to. Oftentimes the first one of the night. Okay? If that's the case, and I'm going out cold after just having like worked for the day, I obviously am not relying on state to help me pull. I'm relying on something else. And how much better is it? Like, let's say you see the hot girl at the start of the night. Do you want to be like, oh, I'm just going to use her as a warm-up and practice, and then at 4 a.m. when all the hot girls have gone home and you're finally in state, you're going to pull like the girl that like is lingering at the end of the night? That's not ideal. It's not optimal, right? But the problem is that thinking about state literally puts you in your head, right? Which puts you out of state. So thinking about state puts you out of state. The only way to actually correct state is through action. Right? It's kind of like there's this thing in your body. It's called an involuntary function. There are voluntary functions and involuntary functions. For example, making a fist is a voluntary function. I can make it and unmake it whenever I want. My heart beating is an involuntary function. I can't just make my heart stop beating right now. I don't know a way to do that. It's not possible. I can't regulate the beating of my heart. Right? I can indirectly. Do you know how? Through actions. If I run really fast, I can make my heart beat faster. So I can control it indirectly through action, but I can't control it directly by thinking about it, right? Or for example, if you want to sneeze, sneeze is kind of an involuntary action, right? You can kind of try and sneeze, you can look at a light, but you can't really make yourself sneeze, okay? So there are voluntary and involuntary functions. And the thing is that being in state is an involuntary function. It's not something you can think your way into, but it is something that by taking the right action, you can kind of motivate it to happen. So the best way to get into state is to be so busy focused on taking action that you're in the zone and you forget to be in your head. Right? You're so focused on what's going on action-wise and with the girl and outside of yourself, you get in this sort of like, focused trance, being like in the zone sports-wise, and then you're out of your head because there's no room mentally to be focused in your head because you're so focused outside, okay? So that's what you're looking to do. You're looking to get into state, not through thinking your way into state. It doesn't work. You cannot think your way out of your head by definition. By definition, thinking puts you in your head. Okay? What can get you out of your head is action. So being focused on action is actually the best solution for your emotions. And even at a beginner level, I would say that's the best solution for your emotions. Because as much as you want to like ramp yourself up and try and get in a good state to go do the approach when you're nervous, the best thing to really do actually is just do it. Go through the chemicals and realize you came out alive on the other side. That's going to do far more for your self-confidence, your belief, your ability to do it again next time than if you had to like psych yourself up for 10 minutes to do it. Okay? So I'm a huge believer that the way to deal with your emotions isn't even by dealing with your emotions, it's through dealing with your actions. Finally, just imagine this. If you're so much of a basket case with the girl that you're worried about your own emotions in front of her, if she can sense that even a tiny little bit, that makes you look reactive, insecure, needy, not abundant, all sorts of things that are unattractive to women. So this is why being too focused on your own emotions just doesn't work either. And the actual solution to your emotions isn't through emotion, it's to handle them indirectly through action. In the same way that you can't control your heartbeat, but you can control your heartbeat by taking action and dealing with it indirectly.